Hey, you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. I'm so happy you could be here today. And if you haven't got a cuppa yet, why not? We're going to pause the video. Did you get one? Yeah? Good. Some of you didn't get one. Some of you don't even like cuppas. I don't know. We'll change it eventually, won't we? One day you'll go, oh my goodness, I'm addicted to them and it's all Nat's fault. Welcome to the channel, everybody. The first thing I want to do today is shout out to Elena at Divine Song. If you haven't checked out her channel yet, please do. She is absolutely amazing. The most beautiful, sacred voice I've ever heard in my whole life, and such a beautiful divine feminine on this journey. So thank you so much, Elena, for sharing your gifts with us. It's an absolute privilege to listen to you and to watch you each and every day. So I just wanted to say that before I get started today. I feel like, thank goodness, amen, praise the Lord, hallelujah. I don't know how we can say it any better than that, but I feel like Divine Feminine, many of us had a little mini dark night of the soul, perhaps. Some of us had a major dark night of the soul. We're feeling lost. We're feeling perhaps, I was going to say empathically. Harry, stop telling me the wrong words. He's over there yelling at me. You can't hear him though. He does it telepathically. He's very clever. I feel like, let me say that again. I feel like empathically we can kind of feel the whole world situation sometimes. And as Divine Feminine, it's like we're a sponge to all that energy. And so sometimes, and there goes the throat chakra, we feel like we just want to yell and scream at the moon, or perhaps cry, or perhaps eat way too much chocolate. It's kind of like, getting that time of the month when you haven't got the time of the month, you know what I mean? And I apologize for all you DMs watching today. We're getting very, very personal today, aren't we, already? We haven't even started the reading. But we need a fun reading, don't we? Have we had enough of being miserable yet? Wow, okay. Divine Feminine's like, yeah, we're kind of ready for the love. Let's have the love, Divine Masculine. This, of course, is Sven. I'm not really sure what this reading is today. I haven't really put a label on it. Like Beyonce would say, if you like it, then you've got to put a ring on it. I haven't put a label on this one. Sven is here. Divine Feminine's wanting Sven, the pool man. Let's call him the pool cleaner. There's Divine Feminine's nice little pool there. She's like, come and clean my pool so I can watch you be as sexy as you are. Bring me that cup of love. Maybe we can wash that semi-white horse of yours. Divine Feminine really feeling the need to be in love. Really feeling the need to be loved. There was that channeled song the other day, She Will Be Loved. Gosh, I don't even think I can think of the lyrics, but okay, maybe. Look for the girl with the broken smile. Ask her if she wants to stay a while, 'cause she will be loved. That's a Maroon 5 song, which was channeled just the other day. Tap on my window, knock on my door. I want to make you feel beautiful. And Divine Feminine saying, yeah, well, I'm kind of ready for that now. had my little mini breakdown, perhaps some of you just feeling lost, feeling as though the people in your life or around you or in your environment haven't really understood you. And so there's that disconnect, the third dimensional consciousness type people, as opposed to, who's in your tribe, who's in your soul tribe, who understands you, really understands you definitively. Divine Feminine has been through it. For many Divine Feminine, it was an internal conflict, an internal knowing that she had to shed some things, that she had to perhaps delve in a little deeper. She thought she'd cleared, and I'm having trouble speaking today a little bit because I feel as though Divine Feminine has been muffled in some kind of way in her own physical life to some extent. But she feels as though there was, you know how you go through the healing and you think, I'm all done now, I've cleared all of that, and then something else comes up to clear again. Or you revisit something that you have already cleared and it comes up again. Many Divine Feminines have a third party situation in the way. They're Divine Masculines with someone else, or they're with someone else, or both. For some twins, it's very difficult because both parties are connected to another family, another situation, another location. It doesn't necessarily have to be a karmic or soulmate partnership. All right, so Divine Feminines coming into this place of knowing that either there's going to be a victory for her, or she's going to stay in this stuck place. So she's trying to come to a place of understanding that if she stays in this stuck place here where everything's too much, it's going to affect her health. It's going to affect her well-being, and it's going to affect her business, perhaps, her business that she wants to create, perhaps. I know many of you want to come into mission, are thinking about coming into mission. And so she thinks, well, there's no justice in being miserable. Like, I don't just want to be miserable. Divine Feminine never just wants to sit in misery. And that's the thing. The injustice of feeling like crap, right? Perhaps pushing the love away for some of you. Some of you are pushing the love away. Some of you are hiding from the love. Because you see, the bravery is in the feeling the love. The courage is in the allowing the love in. It's so easy, even if everything's going great with your twin flame journey and your Divine Masculine's coming in Divine Feminine, and I'll get to Divine Masculine in a minute, but even if everything's going great, it's so easy sometimes when we're going through something internally to shut them out, to say, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to know you, I don't want to be around you right now while I'm going through it. And then we have this third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness, third to fifth, to third to fifth. And some of you actually are resonating at a higher frequency than fifth dimensional consciousness as well. And so to come back down into that lower vibration is like jumping off a 10-story building. The disconnect from where you had ascended to and coming back down in consciousness is like a shock, a soul shock. Because, you worked your way up to that certain platform of consciousness, and then you've fallen down again when you come into those, you know, that need for healing, or that heartbreak feeling, or that sadness, or that loneliness. And again, we have this third party situation, and perhaps even arguments or conflicts in your third dimensional reality that have caused this. I don't know why I'm getting another song coming through now. She's so high above me. She's so lovely. My Cleopatra, Joan of Arc. I don't know what that song is. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments below. I just channel these things. Sometimes I don't know what the song is at all. My Cleopatra, my Joan of Arc, my Aphrodite. She's so high above me. Okay, so the blessing here is that even when Divine Feminine does have her fall from grace, let's call it, right? For many of you, that's because of what's going on in the world. You know, the whole batshit crazy. I call it batshit crazy because it apparently came from bats, which I'm not going to put any judgment here on the channel regarding any of that nonsense. No judgment here about any of that nonsense. Okay, so I'm not. There's no politics here. We've got no agenda. All right. But it's just funny that I said batshit crazy and it's supposed to have come from bats. I just thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, bear with me here. So, you know, this is how it's supposed to be. She's supposed to be running naked in the garden, holding candles and saying, I don't know, talking to that eagle, talking to her divine masculine, feeding the lion, having a conversation with that bull, right? This is her in all her glory, divine feminine, and she's here, wanting to be here. She just needs to flip herself back around again. You see that? Look. Ready? We're on a little carousel ride and we just go back around and everything's beautiful. Because what's missing for her, and I said this the other day, is her source. Who is that for you? Is it God? Is it Allah? Is it Buddha? And for many of you, you're lacking in vitamin D. You need to actually literally go out and get some sunshine. Listen to the sun, Harry's calling out. Listen to the sun. I want to warm you up. I think you're beautiful. Let me give you vitamin D. I don't know where that accent came from. Goodness me. Oh, look, divine feminine. Not only are you naked in this picture and you've lost some of your age, you've got a feather. I've never noticed the feather before. How beautiful. So, you know, you could star in Moulin Rouge, that stage play that's coming to your your locality soon. Or, I don't know. She's too young to be a stripper in this photo. But I did notice that the feather seems to be perhaps from a peacock or some kind of illustrious bird. like Cookie. Look, here's Cookie. Showing all his feathers. Maybe divine feminine needs to have a little girls' night out and dress up. Make herself feel beautiful again. Put some feathers in her hair. Warn the neighbours before you go riding on your horse in the nude. Take that red curtain with you, just in case you want to wrap yourself up so no one sees your boobs. All right. Alrighty, so we know where divine feminine's at. She just needs to have belief in herself, go out in the sunshine. Perhaps she needs to pray, meditate, whatever you do as a spiritual practice. That's important. Okay, because that's where you get your energy from. Where else are you going to get your energy from? Apart from your food and your water, right? Your spiritual energy comes from source. You need to connect and have a link with your source. Not the barbecue or tomato sauce that you want to put on your lunch. We mean source energy. SOURCE. So I wonder what Divine Masculine wants to say. What on earth are you doing, Divine Masculine? Some of us are clueless. Completely clueless as to what's going on. It's like a game of Cluedo. We have to guess who done it. Alrighty. I was going to do a case of the karmic today. I might do one later on. But I didn't want any divine feminines to cry more than they already have this week. This case of the karmic can be a little bit hard to swallow sometimes. Alrighty. Now, Divine Masculine, he's got a secret in this deck. There's a secret in my secret deck. Ooh. Okay. He says he doesn't want to say the secret until in a minute. He's got something else to say first. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess we could listen to him today. Could we? We could try. We might. Sometimes Divine Feminine shuts him out a little bit. And in fact, when she's going through something emotional, she may talk way too much and not let her Divine Masculine get a word in, which sometimes happens. Let's see what he wants to say before he divulges, that's a big word, divulges his secret. He says, listen up, cheeky babe. I don't know, maybe one of your Divine Masculines calls you cheeky babe. This is Rushing Roger. Ready? Meow. Blink and you'll miss him. Meow. Okay. Even his horse is like, are we there yet? We've been riding for hours. We just want to tell you something. Okay. Are you ready, Divine Feminine? Look at the birds. Look at the birds. Birds are messengers. Okay. He's like, don't ignore me. I know recently you may have ignored me. Some Divine Feminines blocked off their Divine Masculines just recently. Or they shut their heart chakra out so they weren't, you know, even though they were speaking to their Divine Masculine, they were kind of like, la, 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 la. Yep, I can hear, yep, I can hear you. Yep, sure. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. You know how, ow, I just banged my elbow. That's karma right there. Instant karma. Ow. Oh, gee. We've got to laugh. She was like, you know what? You might be my Mr. Happy Ever After. But because you weren't around, I had to focus on my work because you were focusing on your work or whatever was going on with your life. And because you were focusing on your life, I had to focus on my life. And because I was focusing on my life and you were focusing on your life, and even though we're supposed to be a couple and we're not really together because look at you over there and I'm over there and blah, 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 blah. Wow, Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine in her non-speakiness, the new word for the day, her non-speakiness. She's like, whatever, you know, whatever. She's like constantly thinking of him. Some Divine Feminines live near the mountains or near nature here. Trying to be grounded. But you know, when these two cards come up together, it's like, yes, I'm grounded. I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. No, I don't need you to come and talk to me. No, I don't need anything from you. And so, Divine Feminine's listening today, you know what I mean. So what does Divine Masculine want to say? I've been carried away. We love Divine Feminine. We love how emotional Divine Feminine is. She's humble and graceful in her glory until she's pissed off, and then and then she's like, no, I don't need anybody. I'm doing it all on my own. I'm a queen. Ready? Everyone toss their hair. If you haven't got much hair, just pretend, right? Right, there we go. There you go, Divine Feminine. I love you, Divine Feminine. I do. Okay, Divine Masculine's watching today. You'll also know what I mean. Okay, so Divine Masculine says, hey, sweetie. Hey, honey. Hey, darling. You might have been a little, he's kind of whispering now. You might have been just a little bit off balance, but I know you're okay now. I know that, you were maybe a little bit mad because I wasn't coming in. Just a teeny bit. Because, I was working really hard. Had some stuff going on in the physical. And, there was arguing and stuff, and my karmic life, I had to defend myself, and I'm trying to be really strong, right? He's kind of whispering. And then he says, you know what? If you're watching this today, I know all about the twin flame thing. He might call it soulmates. He might call it something else, but he knows that he wants to be your happy ever after. He knows that he wants to hold on to you. He doesn't care how you show up, really. I mean, he doesn't really like it when you're this woman. He doesn't really even like it when you're a cross between this woman and this woman. He doesn't like it. You know what? He loves you anyway. He loves you anyway. Many Divine Masculines know that Divine Feminines had a hard time in her life. And so he kind of does this thing where he, in all of his divinity, he kind of knows what to do. He kind of knows what to say. And Divine Feminine sometimes forgets that he's going through it in his karmic life. He's going through it. He might be responsible for a lot of people. There may be other people depending on him for money. There may be other people depending on him for his resources, for his ideas. Okay, so even amidst this Divine Feminine meltdown, perhaps for some of you, not all of you, he accepts it with grace. He knows, doesn't matter how she shows up, I'm holding on to her. Right, notice the pentacle here. She's holding the ideal of her Divine Masculine here, and he's holding her straight back again. And he's also thinking about her, imprinting his dominance on her, but not in an egotistical way, in a, You totally belong to me. Doesn't matter what you do. Is it that Shakespeare? I'm trying to think of which one it's called. I think it was Kiss Me Kate. You know, and she's kind of like a spoilt brat. She's kind of like, you know, you doth understand me not, or something, you know, in the Shakespearean stuff. And he kind of just comes in and swoons over her, and she's, you know, she's maybe even hitting him or something. And he literally just uses all of his might, uses his force, uses his dominance, uses his, in a good way though, in a passionate, sexy way, and he just kisses her. And in that moment, all of her anger, all of her problems just melt away. And so what's this secret that Divine Masculine wants to tell you now, after he tippy-toed around for a minute? He doesn't want to upset you any more than you already were, because for many of you, this was an internal battle, an internal conflict. And even if he's not coming in the physical, he can feel it in the soulful, ethereal realm. He's so clever, Divine Masculine. You know, you think you're in this dating relationship, third dimensional consciousness relationship, and it's so far from that. You have no idea how wise he is. You have no idea how brilliant he is. Many of you think your Divine Masculine is with another woman, as in love with her, and that's not true. That's not true at all. He may be around other women, but he's not in love with them. In case you were wondering and you needed to hear that today. Righty-hoo, let's see what the secret is. Okay, so this is your Divine Masculine may have brown hair with blue or hazel eyes. If you didn't know it already, he's very sexually passionate. He's done a lot of traveling, perhaps, is honorable and very kind to others. A mature man who may even be athletic, but most definitely a fantastic advisor and highly generous to those around him. He is completely okay, this is the secret, right? He's dealt with other women, whether that's his cousin, his mother, his sister, his friend of a friend, and he's studied other women, right? So he knows about women. He understands that they can be emotional. He understands that they can become ungrounded. And he understands, most importantly, he understands that they need love. All right. So this man, if you're watching this today, your Divine Masculine knows and has looked at many, many women, as in he's taken notice, all right? You know, he's seen pictures of women, he's seen them in the street, he's seen them in his family, he's seen them in general, all right? He's seen them explode with argumentativeness. Another fun word for argument. Is that a word? Argumentativeness, right? He's seen those alpha women that are like, you know what? I'm just doing me. I don't need a man in my life. I don't need a man. I'm fine. Which he knows is BS, right? He already knows what you need. The reason he knows what you need is because your soul and his soul are on the same frequency. Because what you need, he needs. Okay? There's kind of a little bit of difference sometimes with the gender. This is emotional Eric. Okay. knowing, however, after thinking for some time, that everything's about to change for the better, that divine feminine is the one who's been disillusioned, that no matter what, he can see that whatever's been going on either around her or within her has made her act in the way that she's behaved. So many divine feminines who weren't seeing the love, weren't seeing the resources, weren't seeing their divine masculine in their truest, most beautiful form, he's forgiven that. He's coming in with a message very soon, and it's going to be loving. No matter how she's behaved on a soul level or on a third dimensional physical reality level, he doesn't care. He loves her no matter what, right? He's working towards being in union with her no matter what. No matter how many burdens she shows up with or how many batshit crazy meltdowns she has, he does not care. He's going to be that guy in that Kiss Me Kate, which is the modern name of that Shakespeare movie, which I can't think of what it's called. The Taming of the Shrew. There you are. The Taming of the Shrew. Even if divine feminine's being the shrew, the spoiled little brat, he doesn't care, because he knows that there's only one woman for him. One feminine energy, I should say. Take gender how it resonates for you. And so every time she comes through not coping or having a meltdown or whatever she's doing, he's willing to plant his kiss on her and melt her each time. He doesn't care how many times he has to do this, because he's in love with her. And this is a huge secret that divine masculine does not necessarily want all of you to know today, because within that secret is his vulnerability. Okay? Men don't like to show all of their cards. The masculine doesn't like to show all of their cards, because then they're vulnerable. Okay, but this is what this channel is for. This channel is so that we can be vulnerable. This channel is so divine feminine can stop doing this all the time and going, you know what, it hurts too much to love, so I'm going to not love. I'm going to tell him maybe to go away. I'm going to block him off energetically, which is what she's been doing, because when you're in your ego, of course, or in your mind space, you block off the heart chakra. You can't be sassy, independent, alpha woman, batshit crazy, and be in your heart space at the same time. It just doesn't work. They're opposites of one another. Okay. It's like, yeah, whatever, but I love you unconditionally. It just doesn't work, does it? It's like, oh yes, I'm so spiritual and humble and religious, but you absolutely pissed me off. You know what I mean? It's just like, what? That might be considered batshit crazy if you're going from one extreme to the other. And of course, we all have a meltdown. We all have our times, but we cannot be in both energies at the same time. You cannot be naked in the garden on that horse in the sun and pissed off Petunia. I don't know where she went, but she's here somewhere. Pissed off Petunia. Look at the difference. You know, oh, divine masculine, you're so beautiful and I can feel your warmth, darling. Whatever. Whatever. Don't even come to me. I don't want to know you. You don't understand me, you know. So, you know, what's more fun? This is where divine feminine has to come into this. You know what? I've had enough of being like this. Maybe I just need to literally buy a horse. I don't know. Maybe not literally, but at least friend the sun. You know? Stop ghosting those sunflowers that want to spring up in your garden, perhaps. Okay. Sunflowers are the truth as well. Sunflowers mean truth. You know how you want to feel. Do you want to feel like pissed off Petunia? Or do you want to feel like, I don't know, let's call this one Free Franny. Jeez. You could almost put a little stick there and make this horse a unicorn, you know. How do you want to feel? And if you're not feeling good, what needs to change? Are you connecting to your source? Do you need to go to the grocery store and buy some more source energy? Tomato sauce, barbecue sauce, name your flavor. We mean it spiritually, of course. All right. Have a think about who your source is. Where are you getting your energy from? If you're feeling low, if you're feeling down, and you're not praying, you're not meditating, you're not connecting to source, is it any wonder that you feel like crap? Is it any wonder that you're bitter, perhaps? Not all of you are bitter, but some of you are. Some of you want to yell and scream at the moon, and some of you want to kick your divine masculine. We won't say where, right? And Rushing Roger's like, no, wait. Honey, sweetie, sugar plum. I love you to the moon and back. That keeps coming up. I love you to the moon and back. But wait, there's more. You too can have free steak knives with every purchase. I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe one of your divine masculines sells things or something. That's crazy. You know those infomercials on the TV? Buy this cool vacuum cleaner, 10,000 watts, and it will clean everything. You'll never have to clean again. Purchase within 1 second and you will get these free steak knives, right? All the cards are falling on the floor now. They're not impressed with my humor today. They're like, haven't you said enough already, woman? Going batshit crazy. Okay, divine masculine soul messages. Let's try and be serious just for a minute. Some of you really need these today. I need pictures of you when we're apart. I look at them. Okay. Not pictures like this. Don't send him pictures of you doing this. He will not be impressed. Imagine you did. That's a challenge for all of you. Send him a selfie. I'm doing that. See what he does. It's too funny today. It's not, and it is, you know. Please tell me you love me in our next communication together. That's nice. Please don't be angry with me. Please don't be angry with me, Petunia. I love you. Wow. You are my beloved. I love your eyes and smile. And so he should. Damn it. I'm joking, of course. I need to show you that I care more often. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. Don't do it. I don't care. I'm fine on my own. I've got the moon and the sea and the rocks. Okay, he's being serious, sorry. Can you tell me what's wrong, please? Sometimes I can't read you. Wow. And then there's a blank card, which means there's something he wants to say that he hasn't said to you yet. That's an ethereal message that you need to connect into today. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Oh, am I? Hang on. I've got 2 more. Sorry. I'm nearly going to leave it there. I want you, yes. Sexually, I crave your touch. I feel breathless when we communicate in a good way. You know why that's funny? Because he's been writing for so long. He's out of breath because that horse is going really fast. Okay, Harrison. Let's name the horse. Harrison. Rushing Roger on his way. If anyone's got a divine masculine called Roger, that would be a synchronicity. And if any divine feminines are called Petunia, I do apologize. Hopefully not. I'm sending you love and light and peace from Australia. This was kind of a crazy reading. Crazy, fun, necessary. We were all very serious. Last week, we were very serious. Or even at the beginning of this week. Have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. Stay in your joy. If you need to connect with me, all of my details are down below. Don't forget to check out Divine Song. Mwah. See ya. Bye.